Hello Procrastinator, Sam here, and today I want to talk about what I want to see in Sonic Movie 3. So I'm going to have to spoil Sonic Movie 2 rotten. So spoiler alert, if you have not watched Sonic Movie 2, or specifically the post-credit scene for Sonic Movie 2, do not watch this video, come back to it at another time. You good? You gone? Give you another couple seconds? Alright, good. Now to ask the real questions. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to What Will They Do? A brand new game show to figure out what the Sonic Movie 3 writers will do. Will they A, shoot a 12-year-old girl? B, will they kill an old man via firing squad? C, will they have a giant lizard shove a space colony up its ass and destroy all of humanity? Or D, will Eggman piss on the moon? Find out next time on What Will They Do? So Sonic Movie 2 is out, and I've watched it 4 times already. I loved the film. It was fantastic. It was really everything I wanted. It really built off the first one. It took out what really didn't work in the first one, built on what did. It went even further than that. There was a couple of parts here and there in Sonic Movie 2, like specifically the wedding scene, which did slow things down a little bit. Did it take away my enjoyment from the film overall? No. Do I think they could have shortened it down a little bit? Yeah, of course. But you know, that's just not a big deal for me. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about what Sonic Movie 2 did. It really solidified a lot and planted even more seeds for this series, the movie series, to really go all out in terms of the game lore. So because of that, for Sonic Movie 3, let's go over what they really did in Sonic Movie 2 and what they could do further for Sonic Movie 3. Alrighty, so for Sonic Movie 2, they set the stage for multiple things, specifically the characters. Sonic, he now knows what it's like to be the real hero. He now understands what he can do with his powers, and more specifically, the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emerald. He understands what it's like to be in real combat now, not just like, you know, gotta hit a tank off the road or, you know, jump and hit Robotnik a couple times. He now understands what his powers can do, taking out big machines, saving entire cities from destruction. He really got a taste of what it's like to be the Sonic that we all know and love from the games. And that's really what I want to go even further in Sonic Movie 3, is I want Sonic's character to kind of mature as a result. Now, I'm not saying he has to be full on like the games, like totally serious. No. I do think what they have with Sonic movies, a series making Sonic kind of like a kid having fun, I think that's great, but I think for Sonic Movie 3, we could definitely mature him a bit, where he's not so much a kid anymore. Where he's closer to the source material from the games, but he still knows what it's like to have fun. He still likes to have fun. And that's important. I really think it's fun to see a Sonic that wants to have fun, a Sonic that doesn't really take stuff too seriously, is pretty cocky. Essentially, I want a mix of the Sonic we had in the early 2000s, but also a little bit of that Sonic from the late 90s, like Sad AM and Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic, the one that's cocky, likes to have fun, likes to mess around. But I also like to see hints of the serious Sonic from now on, the Sonic that really understands like the stakes he has, the powers he has, and the people he needs to protect. One of my favorite scenes in Sonic Movie 2 was when he went supersonic. He was talking to Robotnik, and you could just see how mad he was and how serious he was here, where he was just like, it is over, Robotnik. And that was probably the most serious I've seen the Sonic movie Sonics ever. That's just the most serious I've seen him be, and it was great. It was really great to see that. I felt like it was kind of a refresher in a way, even though that's more closely to what we usually see in the games. It was a refresher to see movie Sonic do that, because I don't think movie Sonic is annoying by any means, but he is a kid and he definitely knows how to have fun. But sometimes I felt like he would have too much fun, a little too, you know, he doesn't understand. He needs to be a bit more serious for certain moments. So I do like that moment in the end of Sonic Movie 2 when he became serious when the moment needed it. And I want to see more of those moments in Sonic Movie 3. Again, not serious the whole time. I want him to still have fun. I want him to still be cocky, but I do want to see a slightly more matured Sonic after the experiences he's had. What else did the series also set the stage for? They set the stage for Tails. Tails, now he knows how to utilize his skills, his weirdness, to his advantage. You know, he looked up to Sonic, as described in Sonic Movie 2. He looked up to Sonic, and it inspired him to leave his village and to help Sonic on his mission. And I want to see more of that in Sonic Movie 3. I also do want to have a little bit of a Sonic adventure moment with Tails, where he doesn't have to be completely dependent on Sonic, where he understands, like, okay, like, Sonic definitely inspired me, but now I know what it's like to also be my own hero, for me to, you know, really own what I got and to just help people in need with my abilities. I don't know, I just think it'd be charming for Tails to just have his Sonic adventure moment. I don't know if Sonic Movie 2 really had that. He definitely described, you know, how he was inspired by Sonic and how he wants to embrace his weirdness, which is good. I think that's good, but I do want him to have that hero moment in Sonic Movie 3 where he probably thinks he needs Sonic, but he realizes he doesn't need Sonic. He could do this on his own. And I think that'd be a great thing. If it's a small scene somewhere, I think it would be great character development for Tails for Sonic Movie 3. Also, Tails was just super adorable. I loved him in Sonic Movie 2, so I hope to just see more of Tails in Sonic Movie 3. It also set the stage for Knuckles. Knuckles was one of my favorites in Sonic Movie 2 for reasons I did not think I would have seen. He was hilarious. But I've already made this comparison. Everyone made this comparison a lot of times. He's kind of like Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. He doesn't have to be so much like that too much in Sonic Movie 3. I would definitely like him to, again, be more like his game counterpart, just a hothead, where he really just wants to protect the Emerald. But he also doesn't have to be so much like the game counterpart. He doesn't have to, you know, be totally serious all the time. I do like seeing him with his broken English and his serious in nature thoughts. He doesn't understand jokes, you know, he doesn't understand sarcasm. I do like that part of Knuckles, and I hope they keep that. But I would definitely like his character to grow where it's more about protecting the emeralds, because that's how he is in the games, and that's really should be his motives, where he is the guardian of the Master Emerald, and I want him to really take on that role in Sonic Movie 3. And we also had Robotnik in Sonic Movie 2. I know that there's some people discussing whether Jim Carrey is retiring after Sonic Movie 2. It's so up in the air right now. There's no real information on that, so I'm just not gonna really discuss that as a possibility, because I just don't know. No one really knows at this moment. I highly doubt he would want the character to be left out to dry before the third movie. I'm sure he would want to at least finish the third movie before really, you know, letting go of this. And he already mentioned how much he likes the character Robotnik. He likes the character's physical appearance and his mannerisms growing as the character grows. You know, he literally said he wants the mustache to get even longer. He even mentioned after Sonic Movie 1 that he was open to even wearing a fat suit. So I don't think Jim Carrey is out of the question yet. I'm sure he's gonna want to do Sonic Movie 3 and to really go all out with Robotnik. But outside of that, Robotnik in Sonic Movie 2 really set the stage, and it set the ultimate goal for Robotnik in Sonic Movie 3, which is going to be the ultimate goal that Robotnik had in the games, which is simply get the emeralds and gain ultimate power. He now knows, after having the emerald for such a short time in Sonic Movie 2, he got a taste of what it's like to have that ultimate power, and you could tell immediately after Knuckles punched it out of him, he goes, "Where's my emerald? Where's my emerald?" He already wants that emerald. He's going to want that power back so bad. So his motives definitely shifted, where he wants those emeralds and he wants to enslave humanity and gain the ultimate power to power his machines. I think that's fantastic, and I hope that goes even further in Sonic Movie 3, where again, his motives now is just, I'm gonna find those emeralds. I need to get those emeralds to destroy Sonic and enslave humanity. And what's great about Sonic Movie 2 is it really was the movie that hit the switch on kind of the insane switch in a way. Like Sonic Movie 1, it kind of, you know, it hinted at like possibly doing some crazy stuff. And then Sonic Movie 2 put its toe in the water. I would say they did a bit more than that. They actually went in the water and they tested what it's like to hit that insane switch, having him build that giant mech and having Super Sonic destroy it, having Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles work together, and getting to meet each other and having their backgrounds a little bit explained there. It planted the seeds for us to really have a full-on, really close to the source material movie for Sonic Movie 3, and no one should really question how they're able to do this, how they're able to do that, because Sonic Movie 2 really, it left no stone unturned in that regard. Sonic Movie 2 showed how Robotnik will be able to build giant mechs in only a matter of seconds because of the Emerald's power. Sonic Movie 2 showed what it's like for Sonic, for Tails and Knuckles to work together and have their backstories explained, so you don't have to question, wait, how did they do this? Why did they do that? Why are they here? How did they get here? What's their abilities? All of that's covered in Sonic Movie 2, so it leaves room for Sonic Movie 3 to essentially play with what was already given. Now, regarding the humans in Sonic Movie 3, now this is going to be probably the hardest thing for the writers to do, is what are they going to do with the humans, and more specifically Tom, Maddie, Wade, the aunt, her kid, the aunt's fiance now. It's going to be hard for the writers to put them in the story, and I think their main goal and their main challenge is going to be how to not do what happened in Sonic Movie 2. By that, I mean the wedding scene. It kind of felt like they kind of put the human characters off to the sidelines, which is great for the sake of the movie. You could tell they really want to put them on the sidelines so that way they had more room or more time for Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and Eggman to take the scene. And that's great and all, but I felt like what they had the human characters do, which they had to cut back to sometimes, it didn't really help the plot a whole lot, and it felt like it grinded the movie to a halt. So the main thing that they're gonna have to do with the humans, the main humans, is how to have them involved in the story, but have them involved where it doesn't feel like they're stopping the pace of the movie. And that leads me to what I'm about to say, is clearly the writers and the movie directors are now leaning into the Sonic Adventure 2 story, and that story has a lot of humans. It even has the president, and it has the humans scared when the Ark is going to be crashing toward the Earth. And I assume that's a story they're going to be wanting to tell. So I feel like this leaves the writers a great opportunity to have the humans there where you get that down on earth reaction. What the humans are, how they're reacting to the fact that they're probably going to die. I think having Tom and Maddie still there as a mother and father figure to the characters, I guess that's still okay, but I hope it doesn't take too much time in the movie. Maybe a little intro scene, in the beginning of the movie, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles have to go up into space to take care of some stuff, and maybe occasionally we'll cut back down to Earth with Tom, Maddie, the aunt, and all of them to see what their thoughts are on what's happening up in the sky, and short scenes like that. Essentially, I'm saying I think there's no other way around it. They're gonna have to have a smaller role for the next one because we're gonna have so many amazing characters introduced in Sonic Movie 3, and one of them is Shadow. So yeah, Shadow, he's definitely gonna be the main villain for Sonic Movie 3, and well, there's a lot of questions at hand for how they're gonna be able to do this. I have a lot of questions, a lot of them. So Sonic Adventure 2 definitely talked more about a mature story. By that, I mean Maria, Gerald, do I have to go into it? So Shadow's backstory in the game is a very mature story. It's a story about a 12-year-old girl, Maria, who Shadow was friends with on the Ark, getting murdered. A 12-year-old girl getting shot. And on top of that, this 12-year-old girl had a disease, and her grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, wanted to cure it and tested with making the ultimate life form, and that created Shadow. And how the writers are going to be able to do that is going to be very interesting. So again, Maria, in movie form, how will she die? Would they even be able to shoot a kid on the big screen? I highly doubt that. Genuinely, I really doubt they're going to be able to do the Maria story as it was in the games. I don't even know if they could hint toward it. Maybe they could hint toward it without showing anything. who knows? I do think there is maybe some alternate ways they could do it, where maybe rather than her dying specifically from Gunn. Oh, that is another thing, by the way. So I do think the writers may have shot themselves in the foot a little bit with Sonic Movie 2, where they established that Gunn was created after the events in San Francisco in Sonic Movie 2, which is unfortunate because in the game's lore, Gunn was responsible for the death of Maria and the death of Gerald Robotnik. But if they were to do the story with Gerald Robotnik and Maria, who would have taken them out? They're gonna have to just say that the United States government, or just the government. They really can't say it was Gunn anymore, which is a little unfortunate, but I guess it's not a big deal. But they're just gonna have to say it was the government. But yeah, to go back into Maria's story, again, if she is in the story and she's the main reason why Shadow is like, I want to kill humanity, it needs to be, how did Maria die? I'm thinking maybe they could play with her story. I know in the game she had a disease called NIDS, which surprisingly the developers of the game even said, and I think I quote, they literally said that NIDS is equivalent to AIDS in real life, which is just like, what? But yeah, Maria had a disease called NIDS, and maybe they could say the Ark was raided by the military, they've taken everything, he couldn't cure Maria anymore, and she ended up dying from her disease. So what the result would be that rather than her directly getting shot from like Gunn indirectly killed Maria by taking away Gerald Robotnik's stuff and locking him up where he can no longer find the cure for Maria. I think that would be a smart way to go about it, so that way they don't go into any kind of trouble for shooting a kid on the screen. But also Gerald Robotnik, I do know in the games he was executed. he was shot via firing squad in the games. This is real. I can't believe, I would love to be a fly in the room when the Sonic movie people are just like, alrighty, Sega, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. As you guys know, we are making Sonic Movie 3, and we want to do the backstory with Shadow the Hedgehog. So do you mind giving us a TLDR of who Shadow is and what his backstory is? Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog, yeah, we got you. We'll tell you everything. So Shadow the Hedgehog was a hedgehog from 50 years ago who had a best friend named Maria. She's a 12-year-old girl who had a disease that was called NIDS. It's very much like AIDS for humans. She had a disease called NIDS, and before she was able to get cured by her grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, the military raided the base, ended up shooting Maria. Yeah, that's right. The 12-year-old girl got shot. Literally shot. They literally shot Maria. I can't stress that enough.
AIDS?
They shot a 12-year-old girl, and then her grandfather got arrested and was killed via firing squad by the military and the government. And as a retaliation for killing his granddaughter, he programmed the entire Ark to crash into the Earth and destroy all of humanity. Any questions? I would absolutely love to be a fly on the wall in the meeting room at Sega HQ when they have to sit down with the Sonic Movie 3 writers and they have to explain to them the story in Sonic Adventure 2, and they have to somehow adapt that into movie form. That's just going to be really funny to see how they're going to do this. And I'm not saying it's not impossible, but changes are definitely going to have to be made. There's no way they're going to have the full-on Sonic Adventure 2 story on the big screen. I would genuinely be shocked if everything was intact and they just straight up did some pretty brutal stuff on the big screen. But yeah, it leaves questions like, how did the Ark get taken down? How did the military end up killing Maria, which is Shadow's motive for being angry and wanting to kill humanity? Because I wouldn't want Shadow to just be evil, like, oh, I'm gonna do the professor's wishes and kill like civilization. I want there to be a story behind him. I want Maria to be in the story. I really do. But there is one thing in the Sonic Adventure 2 story that I really think could totally be omitted: the Bio Lizard. I don't think that is really necessary. I feel like that was very bizarre. It didn't make much sense in the games either. The Bio Lizard just kind of appeared. He was technically the prototype to Shadow, but we went from big lizard to small hedgehog. I know there is some theories about how Gerald Robotnik may have studied the echidnas and the Chaos Emeralds and stuff like that to create Shadow the Hedgehog, but it was such a big difference where I feel like the Bio Lizard really could be omitted. They could just straight up just have the Ark program to crash into the Earth. No Bio Lizard needed. Or if there's another form of the Bio Lizard that is just I don't know. I don't know if the Bio Lizard is really needed. They could have it in there to be closer to the source material. They absolutely can. I wouldn't hate that. But that is one area where I feel like the writers do have a little bit more breathing room. But I do think it would be nice to have Rouge and Amy. Rouge was a big part of the story in Sonic Adventure 2. She worked for Gun. So I think it would be great if Gun in the movie universe partnered up with Rouge, because Rouge is another one of those crazy aliens, but Gun would have one of their own, and they would use her to kind of spy on the group, see what's going on. So I think Rouge could definitely get written into the story easily. The problems I think that lie are with Amy. I think Amy would be harder from the right in, but I definitely want her in the story. I do just want more female representation in these movies. I really think having those female characters is great. These movies are really growing a big audience. New Sonic fans are everywhere now. The kids are loving it, but I do want some female characters for the female audience members. They really deserve it. So I really do want Amy and Rouge in Sonic Movie 3 in some capacity. And I could go all day of specific things I want in the story, how I want it to start, how I want it to end, but I feel like doing that would be a waste of time. I could talk about every specific scene I want, but I don't want to do that. I feel like these writers definitely have the freedom to do what they want, but I do want them to essentially stay on the beaten path. Talk about the story in Sonic Adventure 2. You can have a little bit of freedom and wiggle room there on what you could do, move stuff around, take stuff out, put stuff in its place, but definitely don't do something random. I definitely want it to stay true to the story we had in the games, because that story is great. It really is a great story, and I think a lot of people would really love that, to see all of that on the big screen. But if I had to request one thing, it would be that there is one scene in the game that is absolutely a necessity, and I think it would just do amazing for the trailers and for the movie itself, and it would make it just go like a wildfire. They should recreate the Sonic snowboarding down San Francisco scene from the first level of the game. They absolutely have to. They even have the helicopter that was in that scene in Sonic Movie 2. They had Sigma Alpha 2. And yes, I know it was destroyed by Eggman, but again, they could just have another one. They should recreate that scene. And more specifically, they should play the City Escape music. I don't know why they're very hesitant on playing Sonic music. In Sonic Movie 2, they started to dip their toe in the water, where music started to go into the movie. It wasn't just in trailers. But for some reason, the music was so hidden. They treated it like Easter eggs rather than full-out references, and I don't really know why. In my review for Sonic Movie 2, some of you guys mentioned that I said that there was no drowning music in the movie. I was wrong. There is drowning music, but it plays for 2 seconds, and it's so quiet. Like, you could barely hear it. It's such a short amount of time, and there was other references to other stuff in the games, like other music pieces, but they're all very short quips, and it's like, why? It's like, you can play the music. I think people would really like that, and it would be great. You don't have to constantly make them Easter eggs. You could have them play out in the movie. So having City Escape with a snowboard scene of Sonic going down San Francisco from Sigma Alpha, that helicopter, to start out the movie, and to also have in your trailers, like, that's it. Like, this movie would get an easy 300 million. Like, I'm not even joking. It would do so well. Sonic Adventure 2 is one of those games that almost everyone knows. There's a certain scenes from every game that sticks with people, and one of the things that sticks with people is that first level in Sonic Adventure 2, which is City Escape. And I really think they should really utilize that scene. It's really popular, and to have it on the big screen really adapted, and how far this whole movie has gone, it would make it spread like wildfire. I cannot stress enough to Paramount and the writers, do that. Do City Escape, have the music, do a really cool scene of Sonic snowboarding down, escaping from Gun, from ripping out a piece of the helicopter and just going down the streets. It would be great. But that's the only scene where I'm just like, it has to be. Like, it has to be. You have to do that. You've already planted the seeds that the helicopter is in the movies. You have to. You have to. But yeah, that's really what I want in Sonic Movie 3. I want the characters to expand. I want the story of Sonic Adventure 2. I do think that there is some stuff they can omit. I do think there's some stuff they're going to have to change, and I'm open to that. I'm okay with that, especially after Sonic Movie 2. I'm definitely more open to stuff being different from the games. It doesn't have to be one-to-one. I don't want to know exactly what's going to happen, but I do like it being slightly different. But at the same time, I do want it focused. I want the human characters to be written well into the story where it doesn't feel like they're the pace breakers of the film. And yeah, I really just want essentially the Sonic universe that we've come to know in the games go full out on the screen, because again, you guys planted the seeds for this in Sonic Movie 1, in Sonic Movie 2. You've built up to this moment, and now it is time to go full out with the insanity, with the craziness, with the characters' abilities, with the animations, the movesets, the CGI, because you guys already planted the seeds for that, where absolutely everyone is caught up to speed. No one has to question why this, why that. We are all caught up to speed. Now it's time for you to have fun. You have the tools, now go have fun. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really just want to talk about what I want for Sonic Movie 3, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be doing more videos like this in the future on, you know, what I want as time goes on, especially as production for Sonic Movie 3 is probably going to kick off soon. And yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. More videos coming soon, more streams coming soon, so make sure you guys stay close to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date to those. With all that said, this is Sam signing out. See you later, procrastinators.